Looks like Jack Smith is playing a high-stakes game of hot potato with the Department of Justice, and he's tossing that spud before it burns his hands. Special Counsel Smith has decided to pack up his legal briefs and hit the eject button before Donald Trump can give him the old "you're fired" routine. Smith announced he'll be resigning before Trump's inauguration on January 20th, 2025. Meow. That's what I call a preemptive strike. Let's break this down, shall we? Smith has been leading some rather spicy investigations into our soon-to-be-again Commander-in-Chief. We're talking alleged election interference and classified document shenanigans. You know, just your average Tuesday in Washington. The election interference case kicked off in November 2022, focusing on Trump's alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election results. Meanwhile, the classified documents case has been a real cat-and-mouse game since August 2022, with allegations that Trump improperly stored sensitive materials at Mar-a-Lago. But with Trump set to retake the Oval Office, Smith apparently decided he'd rather not stick around to see if Trump's 2-second firing threat was more than just locker room talk. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Ron, isn't this just Smith running away with his tail between his legs? Well, my friends, it's a bit more complicated than that. You see, the Department of Justice has this pesky little guideline that says sitting presidents can't be indicted or prosecuted. It's like a get-out-of-jail-free card in Monopoly, but instead of getting you out of fake jail, it gets you out of real legal trouble. Smashing stuff, really. Trump's spokesperson, I'm a spin doctor, had this to say. President-elect Trump is thrilled that Jack Smith has finally seen the light and decided to end his witch hunt. This just proves what we've been saying all along. There's nothing to see here, folks. Well, isn't that just the cat's meow? So what does this mean for all those juicy investigations? Well, it's looking about as clear as mud at the moment. Smith is supposedly working on a final report, detailing all the naughty bits he's uncovered. But whether that report will see the light of day is anyone's guess. It's like Schrodinger's cat. The report both exists and doesn't exist until someone opens the box. Or in this case, until the Attorney General decides to release it. Now, let's not forget the broader implications here. Trump's legal team is probably popping champagne as we speak. They've already been riding high on some recent court victories that have expanded Trump's protections. Just last month, the Supreme Court ruled that presidents have broader immunity from prosecution for actions taken while in office. It's like watching a legal version of whack-a-mole, except the moles keep getting bigger and the hammer keeps shrinking. But wait, there's more. This resignation isn't happening in a vacuum. We've got a whole circus of other legal challenges swirling around Trump. There's that hush money case in New York, where Trump's facing felony charges related to payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Then there's the racketeering shindig in Georgia, where he's accused of trying to overturn the state's election results. And let's not forget the defamation lawsuit brought by E. Jean Carroll that's already hit Trump's wallet hard. It's like Survivor DC edition, and Trump's hoping to outwit, outplay, and outlast the justice system. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ron, how does this affect me, the average Joe? Well, my friends, it's all about accountability. If the big fish keep slipping through the net, what does that say about our justice system? It's enough to make you want to take up fishing just to even the odds. And let's not forget the economic angle. Markets don't exactly love uncertainty, and this whole situation is about as certain as a weather forecast in London. We could be looking at some serious market jitters as investors try to figure out what a second Trump term might mean for their bottom lines. It's like trying to predict which way a cat will jump. You might think you know, but you'll probably end up scratched either way. But here's the kicker, my friends. This isn't just about Trump or Smith or even America. The whole world is watching this legal tango. It's like a global reality TV show, except the stakes are higher and the plot twists are giving everyone whiplash. World leaders are probably updating their how to deal with Trump handbooks as we speak. Chapter 1. Expect the unexpected. Chapter 2. No, even more unexpected than that. Now, let's talk about Jack Smith for a moment. This isn't some rookie lawyer we're dealing with here. Smith's got a reputation as a legal pit bull, known for his work on high-profile corruption cases and his stint at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. He's the kind of guy who makes white-collar criminals shake in their custom-made Italian loafers. But even he seems to have met his match in the Trump legal labyrinth. And speaking of labyrinths, Let's not forget the technological maze that's part of these investigations. We're talking about digital evidence, social media posts, and enough electronic communication to make your average teenager's texting habits look tame. It's like trying to herd digital cats. Just when you think you've got them all corralled, another one pops up on Twitter. I mean, X. Or is it Truth Social this week? Now, the big question on everyone's mind is, who might Trump appoint as the new special counsel? My money's on Judge Judy, or maybe Dog the Bounty Hunter. After all, why settle for boring old legal expertise when you can have reality TV star power? But let's get serious for a moment, my friends. This resignation raises some big questions about our justice system. If a special counsel can be pressured into resigning before they finish their investigation, what does that say about the checks and balances we're supposed to have in place? It's like playing chess without the queen. Sure, you can still play the game, but it's a lot harder to win. Not that I've ever played chess, mind you. Sounds like a real snooze fest if you ask me. As for Jack Smith, I hear he's already planning his post-resignation activities. Word on the street is he's torn between writing a tell-all book called The Art of the Plea Deal and starting a true crime podcast titled Indictment Impossible. Either way, I'm sure it will be more riveting than C-SPAN. So, as we watch Jack Smith make his exit stage left, we're left with more questions than answers. Will the investigations continue? Will Trump use his presidential powers to shield himself from legal consequences? And most importantly, who's going to play Trump in the inevitable Netflix series? One thing's for sure, my friends, this story is far from over. So keep your eyes peeled, your ears open, and maybe consider investing in popcorn futures. Because if there's one thing we can count on, it's that the Trump show is always must-see TV. And hey, if you've enjoyed this legal litter box of a story, why not hit that like button faster than Jack Smith hitting the exit? It's the only thing getting hit around here that doesn't involve a lawsuit. Meow. That's what I call a call to action. We'll be back soon with more. I'm Ron DeParmesan for Newscats. Thanks for tuning in.